NCERT Class 10 Science, Chapter 13I Environment. Disclaimer: this document provides complete NCERT solutions for Class 10 Science Chapter 13I Environment. It includes answers, explanations, diagrams, and equations to help students understand key concepts for CBSE Board Exam Preparation 2025. Exercise solutions. Question 1. Which of the following groups contain only biodegradable items? A. Grass, flowers, and leather. B. Grass, wood, and plastic. C. Fruit peels, cake, and lime juice. D. Cake, wood, and grass. Answer: C. Fruit peels, cake, and lime juice. Explanation: biodegradable items decompose naturally by bacteria and fungi. Fruit peels, cake, and lime juice are organic materials that break down easily in nature. Plastic, option B, is non-biodegradable and does not decompose easily. Question 2. Which of the following constitute a food chain? A. Grass, wheat, and mango. B. Grass, goat, and human. C. Goat, cow, and elephant. D. Grass, fish, and goat. Answer: B. Grass, goat, human. Explanation: a food chain represents the flow of energy from one organism to another. Producers, grass; primary consumers, goat; secondary consumers, human. Other options do not represent a proper food chain. Question 3. Which of the following are environment-friendly practices? A. Carrying cloth bags while shopping. B. Switching off unnecessary lights and fans. C. Walking to school instead of using a vehicle. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: using cloth bags reduces plastic pollution. Saving electricity conserves natural resources. Walking instead of using fuel-powered vehicles reduces air pollution. Question 4. What will happen if we kill all the organisms in one trophic level? Answer: if all the organisms in a trophic level are killed, it will disrupt the food chain and impact the entire ecosystem. The following effects will occur. 1. Uncontrolled growth of the previous trophic level. A. If primary consumers, herbivores, are removed, producers, plants, will grow uncontrollably, leading to an imbalance in vegetation. B. If secondary consumers, carnivores, are removed, herbivores will multiply excessively, which can lead to overgrazing and destruction of forests. 2. Starvation of the next trophic level. A. If one trophic level is eliminated, the next trophic level will starve and start declining. B. Example: if all small fish are removed, larger fish and aquatic predators depending on them will also die. 3. Disruption of ecosystem stability. A. Every trophic level plays an important role in maintaining the balance of nature. B. Removing any level will cause species extinction, habitat destruction, and biodiversity loss. 4. Increase in decomposers activity. A. If organisms die in large numbers, decomposers like bacteria and fungi will break down their remains faster, increasing nutrient cycling in the soil. Question 5. Will the impact of removing all the organisms in a trophic level be different for different trophic levels? Can the organisms of any trophic level be removed without causing damage to the ecosystem? Answer: 1. Yes, the impact varies for different trophic levels. A. If producers, plants, are removed, the entire food chain will collapse as no energy source will be available. B. If primary consumers, herbivores, are removed, plants will grow uncontrollably, but carnivores will starve. C. If tertiary consumers, top predators, are removed, secondary consumers will overpopulate, affecting biodiversity. 2. No trophic level can be removed without affecting the ecosystem. A. Every trophic level is interconnected. B. Removing any level disrupts energy flow and population balance. Question 6. What is biological magnification? Will the levels of this magnification be different at different levels of the ecosystem? Answer: biological magnification is the increase in the concentration of harmful substances, like pesticide, heavy metals, as they move up the food chain. The concentration of these toxic substances increases at higher trophic levels. Example: pesticides sprayed on crops are absorbed by plants eaten by herbivores eaten by carnivores. The toxins accumulate in predators like eagles, lions, and humans. Effect of biological magnification. 1. Higher toxic effects at top trophic levels, e.g., humans suffer more than herbivores. 2. Causes diseases like cancer, nerve damage, and reproductive issues. 3. Pollutes soil and water, affecting biodiversity. Question 7. What are the problems caused by non-biodegradable waste? Answer: non-biodegradable waste creates several environmental, ecological, and health problems. Some of these problems include: 1. Environmental pollution. A. Plastics, electronic waste, and synthetic materials do not decompose naturally and remain in the environment for hundreds of years. B. These materials clog drains, pollute soil and water bodies, harming ecosystems. 2. Harm to wildlife. A. Many animals mistakenly consume plastic and other waste materials, leading to blockages in their digestive systems and death. B. Marine creatures are particularly affected, with plastic pollution leading to choking and entanglement. 3. Health hazards for humans. A. Toxic chemicals from industrial waste, electronic waste, waste, and plastics enter the food chain, leading to serious diseases like cancer, lung problems, and hormonal disorders. B. Microplastics have been found in drinking water, posing risks to human health. 4. Greenhouse gas emissions. A. Burning of plastic waste releases toxic gases like dioxins and furans, which contribute to global warming and air pollution. 5. Soil degradation. A. Non-biodegradable waste prevents the natural replenishment of soil nutrients and reduces soil fertility. Question 8. If all waste generated were biodegradable, would it have no impact on the environment? Answer. Even biodegradable waste can have negative impacts on the environment if it is not managed properly. Some of these effects include: 1. Land pollution. A. Large amounts of biodegradable waste accumulate in landfills, emitting foul odors and taking up valuable land space. B. Decomposing organic waste can release harmful leachates, polluting groundwater. 2. Air pollution and global warming. A. The decomposition of biodegradable waste generates methane, CH, a powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. B. If not properly treated, decaying organic matter releases ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, causing air pollution. 3. Water contamination. A. Waste dumped near water bodies increases the risk of eutrophication, where excess nutrients cause algal blooms that deplete oxygen and kill aquatic life. 4. Spread of diseases. A. Unmanaged biodegradable waste attracts pests like rats, flies, and mosquitoes, leading to the spread of diseases such as dengue, cholera, and respiratory infections. Conclusion. Even though biodegradable waste decomposes naturally, improper disposal can cause significant environmental damage. Waste management strategies like composting, biogas production, and proper disposal are necessary to minimize its impact. Question 9. Why is damage to the ozone layer a cause for concern? What steps are being taken to limit this damage? Answer. The ozone layer, O3, is a protective shield in the Earth's stratosphere that absorbs harmful ultraviolet, UV, radiation from the sun. Damage to the ozone layer is a serious concern due to the following reasons. Effects of ozone layer depletion. 1. Increased UV radiation. A. Leads to a higher risk of skin cancer, cataracts, and weakened immune systems in humans. B. Damages marine ecosystems by affecting phytoplankton, the base of aquatic food chains. 2. Harm to plants and animals. A. Reduces crop yields and affects plant growth by damaging leaf tissues. B. UV exposure affects animal reproduction cycles, leading to imbalances in ecosystems. 3. Climate change contribution. A. Ozone depletion can alter atmospheric circulation patterns, affecting weather and climate. Steps to reduce ozone layer depletion. 1. Ban on CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. A. CFCs, used in refrigerators, air conditioners, and aerosol sprays, were found to be the main cause of ozone depletion. B. The Montreal Protocol, 1987, banned CFC production globally. 2. Use of eco-friendly alternatives. A. Adoption of hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, and hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFCs, which have lower ozone depleting potential. 3. Reducing industrial pollution. A. Regulations to control emissions of nitrogen oxides, NO, and other ozone depleting substances from industries and vehicles. 4. Awareness and global cooperation. A. Governments and environmental organizations are promoting eco-friendly products and encouraging public participation in reducing ozone depletion. 5. Monitoring the ozone layer. A. Organizations like NASA and UNEP regularly monitor ozone levels to assess recovery progress. Current status. Due to global efforts, the ozone layer is slowly recovering and is expected to return to pre-1980 levels by 2050 if protective measures continue. Video ending. Thank you for watching. You have now completed NCERT Class 10 Science, Chapter 13. We hope this video helped you understand the concepts better. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video to support us, share with your friends so they can also benefit. Subscribe to our channel Study Genius IQ for more NCERT solutions and exam preparation tips. Comment below and let us know which topic you found most challenging. We'll make it even easier for you in future videos. Stay connected. Instagram at Study Genius IQ. See you in the next video. Keep practicing and keep learning.